Hello everyone, I'm Ron Grant coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the Virgin Islands. You're watching 284 Media. Thank you so much for your time. This week in the Virgin Islands is being observed as Guidance Counseling Week 2024. I'm honored to be joined by two guidance counselors from the British Virgin Islands public school system who are imparting their wisdom and knowledge, of course, to the next generation through guidance counseling. They are Miss Visa Smith and Mr. Jacob Edwards. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Rashford made it. Manchester United have come from behind to lead.
At home or on the go, watch CCT Live. Download our app and carry your favorite TV shows, news, or live sports anywhere you go. Visit cctbvi.com/live, select your package, and tune in.
One Stop Auto, located in the R&R Malone Complex, Parkwood Pond, is having a huge liquidation sale on all inventory, excluding vehicles and genuine Toyota and Lexus parts. Get no less than 50% off all items on shelves and inventory room. Items such as car covers, steering wheel covers, wipers, sealants, chemicals, emergency cones, adhesives, license plates frames, air filters, oil filters, front brakes, rear brakes, front rotors, rear rotors, radiators, shocks, and much more. A specific listing of all makes and models for which parts are available at liquidation prices will be posted on our Facebook page.
Catch all the action from the 2023 NFL games with CCT Live on various channels, including ESPN Channel 412, ESPN2 Channel 413, Telemundo Channel 315, and Fox Channel 304. When you subscribe to any CCT Fire plan, you'll automatically bundle CCT Live. For more information, visit your nearest CCT store or give us a call at 444-4444. Choose CCT Live and enhance your game day experience.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Welcome back everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. As promised, I'm joined by Miss Visa Smith along with Mr. Jacob Edwards, counselors, Ms. Smith at the Elmore Stout High School and Mr. Edwards at the Enid's Adams Primary School. Thank you both for your time and welcome back to the platform.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure for you to call and
always.
Absolutely. I want to begin. Tell us about this week of activities and recap for us what has been taking place.
Yes, we always try to start our week off with church attendance, and this year we went to Agape Total Life Center.
Okay.
And Monday, we had assemblies at all our assigned schools, and Wednesday we were supposed to attend Miss Grace Flax Waters' funeral homegoing for our past retired counselor in support of her, Miss Ingrid Waters, yesterday. But because of weather, not as many of us were able to go, but we of course stand in unity in support of her.
Understood. And then today, Thursday?
Today, basically all of us collectively, we wanted to come to the Elmore Stout High School. I know they're having a college fair, so we have hundreds of, I'm not saying hundreds, but a lot of kids, students that are interested in their tertiary education. So we have different colleges, different universities from abroad, just coming to express what they have to offer and what they have to give our students of the British Virgin Islands in hoping for that extra step or that extra push in their education.
Understood.
We have a lot of colleges and universities in today.
Understood. Now, Ms. Smith, I hope it's okay for me to share. You've been in counseling for some 25 years, I believe.
25 years. This year,
okay.
Actually.
Wonderful and commendable job to you.
Thank you so much.
I wanna reflect on the importance of guidance counseling in our schools, and what would you say has been over the years the major takeaway for you?
For me, actually, my desire to become a counselor started after being with my counselor when I was in high school in
Okay.
1991. Her name was Mrs. Evelyn Fraser Forbes, and because of her initiative called the Pride Group and all the things that she implemented at her years of service, she's now retired. I became very almost obsessed with being a counselor because of that experience. So throughout the time that I've been, I'm specifically assigned to the Emma Stott High School for most of those years. I've been assigned to most of the grades. I think 7th grade is my second year. It's just awesome to be part of such an amazing school. So the 25 years has been really great. I appreciated all the ups, the downs, the challenges. It was great. I also was reminded, I think last year, from Mr. Edwards that I was his counselor. So I didn't remember. That's how long I've been counseling. I did not remember that.
Understood.
So I'm glad. I always say to them, once my students become my colleagues, I've done my job. It's about time to retire.
And Mr. Edwards, I want to speak to you. You happen to be the single male counselor across the public school system. Speak to that, and perhaps speak to the lack of male representation in guidance counseling. What do you think that is attributed to?
Well, again, for me, the journey of becoming a counselor was very similar to what Miss Smith is saying. You know, having a passion for guidance counseling and having a mentor is very important. And in terms of being the only male there, you know, we had some males before, and I would say this, and I would say this very frank. I will be very frank with it. I want, and this is just my appeal to the system and the governments, you know, there's a lot of people that is interested in wanting to become counselors and want to be on that path, you know. They just need the guidance and the understanding how to get there. I have many students, many young men, even young ladies too, asking me, Mr. Edwards, what do I do to be on this path? What do I have to go through? What I have to take, certain courses and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, we need more platforms like this, not just as media, but also as a government, as a system, to allow us as counselors to actually express what it is necessary. Not just looking at a job description or a paper, but honestly just going out there and expressing to students or even people or other people who are interested in this field, because we need it, especially in a time like this in our country. We have a lot of issues, a lot of behavioral issues, a lot of academical challenges, and us alone, we can't do it. We need the help. We need all outside other services to help. So in terms of us and getting more young men involved, I think it's just more of helping them to understand the channels that they have to take, because there are people that are interested, you understand? So we need to be more effective in that area.
Understood. What would you say is the most enjoyable part of your job?
I would say the students.
Okay.
Honestly, like I say, I'm very frank, and if it wasn't for them, the love and the passion I have for them, I don't think I would be here.
Okay. And then in that same breath, what would you say are some of the challenges that are faced amongst guidance counselors?
In terms of dealing with the children, or just
overall,
for us?
the effectiveness of the job.
I think, again, we live in the BVI where it's a small community base, you know, it's a small territory, and I think a lot of parents are afraid of the fact of information being
understood
out there, that they don't want to be out there. But what we always encourage parents, at the end of the day, is about the student, the child, wanting them to get what they need, making sure that they get the best help that they need going forward. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be the reason why your child don't get the accommodations or the help they need, and then you go and blaming the counselors, you go blaming the education system, you go blaming the government. Everybody have a part to play. So in terms of challenges, it's just getting everybody to work together so that child or that student can benefit in the long run.
And Ms. Smith, what would you say is the most enjoyable part for you, as well as any challenges that you've been facing holistically in the execution of your role?
I agree with Mr. Edwards. It's similar at the Elmhurst High School, at the high school secondary level, because right now I'm coordinating the secondary school counselors, and I hear from my colleagues the same song. People are afraid to have their child be diagnosed or labeled, which is understandable. That is a great fear. You don't want anyone to treat your child any different than any other child. But without us understanding what the issues are, how do we now address it and give them the actual intervention processes that is needed to make sure that they can be successful? That is our job. We are the linchpin.
Okay.
We are the voice sometimes. Sometimes we're the mediator in certain instances where people feel uncomfortable or unsafe to share. That is a major part of our role, which is very important to me because that's part of my heart. I see an issue, I want to be part of dealing with the solution. So that's the biggest part of our job, is to make sure that our students, our children in school get the proper care that they need to be successful.
Mr. Edwards, you
yes, and I just wanted to expound on it a bit more. Again, Mr. Grant, I think as a societal, structural building, let's put it as that, we want to have for our territory when it comes to making sure that all students get what they need from that counseling infrastructure. I think parents have to understand that it's okay. It's okay if there's a challenge, you know, and I think we don't have the conversations enough for them to feel comfortable.
Okay.
Even though we have them within the school grounds, I think it needs to be a collaborative something that we put together. So you see, like a platform like this, you know, we come in, we have discussions, and we allow the audience to understand, okay, this is what we want you to get. What are your thoughts? What are your views? What are your concerns? Because as counselors, I always say, you can't fix a solution with an answer if you don't understand what's going on. We are always quick to give solutions, right? We're quick to do that, but we don't understand the issues. So we have to understand, okay, if we have a parent that don't understand why their child is going through this, or they're in a denial state, what are we supposed to do? How do we go about that?
Understood.
You know, we have to unravel a lot of things for us before we can get to solving that issue or giving an answer that will help bring forth some positive reinforcement and feedback.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So we could do what we're supposed to do.
I also want to also support him in that and say we don't have a magic wand.
Okay.
Some instances they might get to a certain point where that's all we can do and then we have to refer it out. But at the end of the day, we're trying our best and we want the whole community to understand it still takes a village.
Absolutely.
It still takes a village to support one child. In the Elmhurst High School, we have over almost 1,500. So we need all hands on deck to make sure that, and it may take a long process for some might take a shorter time. But at the end of the day, because of the love and the care we have for our kids, we have to do what's necessary.
Make sure that it's done. Understood.
Yes.
I want to get back to you. What is the most enjoyable part about your job?
My kids, my students, I love them. I love seeing them progress and have wonderful lives, and know that I may have influenced them in some way, some positive way, to give back to the community, to have good, strong families. I always say to my friends and colleagues, parenting is the most important job you have that you did not get a manual for.
Understood.
And if you fail, it's a whole society of students and children you're failing.
Understood.
So we need to do our part as parents to get as much information, and we do have parenting sessions. So when we have sessions at the school, we want to encourage our parents to come and learn some new skills, learn some more ways to communicate effectively with your child at different developmental stages. I cannot talk to a child at 5 the same way I talk to a child at 15.
Okay.
is a different parenting style you have to sometimes implement, and understands the changes and the hormonal chemical changes that are happening once they're transitioning from preteen to teenage, and even to young adulthood. So, and we have that myriad of students coming from the primary school all the way to 12th grade. We have students graduating over 18.
Understood.
So that's young adults, and they need to be parented different. So our job as counselors is to try to give as much preventative service as we can, interventive services as when it's needed, and to make sure that our students can be academically perform at their best.
Wonderful. Well, I want to take this opportunity to commend you both and, of course, your colleagues from across the Virgin Islands public school system,
Yes.
both on Tortola as well as the sister islands of Virgin Gorda, Jasper Lake, and Anegada. In the execution of your role, we do wish you guys a safe and enjoyable guidance counseling week. And here at 284 Media, anything we can do to support you in the execution of that role and messaging, we will absolutely do that.
Thank you.
All right, viewers, that's all the time we have. Do have a beautiful rest of the day. Ron Grant for 284 Media.